Hello and welcome back. What I'd like to do today is to talk about supplements. Now, supplements to me mean supplementary. That means secondary. Primary are foods. I've mentioned before the difference between products and foods. I'm a real advocate for people purchasing what was on the menu 10,000 years ago. Remember, anything with a shelf life just doesn't have a shelf life. Now, as we get older, probably because of poor husbandry, how we've treated our lands and depleted them of all the nutrients within the soils, the chances are if we eat those kind of products and foods over our lifetime, we'll then deplete our stores. So these are just a simple list of things that I personally take and find, and I believe, the placebo effect, very powerful, that serve me well as eating foods. I take things like enzymes. Now, I'm not into pointing in a direction of certain companies to buy them, but I personally use a company called Ultralife Inc. in the US. I also use Udos, so I don't always eat the same ones, I chop and change. And I'll take them with food, one with food, and I'll certainly take one before I go to bed. In the morning I'll take things like probiotics. I don't always take them, and I'll take them with, say, 2 glasses of water. And the first thing when I wake up, I've got my mouth dry, I'll swill it around with water, spit it out, because all the bacteria that I've been breathing in, I don't want that going down into my first brain. And then I'll drink 2 glasses, not plastic, glasses of water. Hydrochloric acid, there's lots of research showing, certainly after the age 50, that the production of HCl, hydrochloric acid, is not good in our first brain, so I'll certainly take a HCl supplement. I take a thing called a Synergy Com, which again I get from Ultralife in the US, and that's a multivitamin, which is an alive one. If you leave it out, it'll turn black. That's because it oxidizes. It's like, you cut an apple and leave it for a few seconds, few minutes, and it'll start to oxidize. So I can tell you that it's a good supplement to take. I also take things like Oxycoms because I'm what's classed as a fast oxidizer. I think I've told you before, I'm a great follower of Bill Walcott's metabolic typing, and I'm one of less than 1,000 of his practitioners that remind others how to take control of their health by using his system. It's a great system. As I say, diets do not work. Omega-3, we've got out a balanced 6 and 3 ratio. I know there's a 9 as well. And so I'm a great follower in taking, as well as eating fish quite a few times, not farmed, and certainly not organic. How can a fish be organic? Wild Alaskan salmon I'm a great follower of, and certainly more line caught than farmed. But omega-3 supplement, I'll tell you, it's great for reducing inflammation. Many things are, including ginger, turmeric, Himalayan, Celtic, Hawaiian salts. And also, because where I live, I actually live in the UK, I take a D3 liquid. I actually get that from a company called Beyond Health in the US. Raymond Francis, beautiful man. And I think the bioavailability, at least if the research is right, is really good, and I take that. If you do take vitamin D, it's actually not a vitamin, but vitamin D, that D3, not D2, and our bodies can break it down better. And I take probably over between 5,000 and 6,000 international units on that. Obviously, when the sun, the best form of producing it is obviously on our biggest organ, which is our skin, but this time of year we don't have the sun. And a good teaching point on that is, wherever you are, if you're using the sun, if your shadow is longer than you are, then the chances are your body won't be producing, from the cholesterol, from the UVB, vitamin D anyway. So that you'll hopefully find useful. So just to recap, things like enzymes, hydrochloric acid, probiotics I take in the morning. You can also take them before you go to bed. A good supplement like a multivitamin, I take a Synergy Com, an Oxycom, and omega-3, and also D3 this time of year. Those are the things that I take, but the main things, and I've really got to bring this message home, is consume foods. That's the right fuel for us. As I stated before, we wouldn't be putting diesel in a high performance Ferrari engine, so why would you think of putting, you've just got a better choice to make. And I wish you well on your journey to health. Supplements, supplementary, they're secondary. I'm sure there'll be many different recordings where I may overlap and reiterate things, and I'm sure you guys will come back to me and tell me if it's true or not true. And really, somebody once told me a truth is a lie that hasn't been found out yet. It's for you to find out if it works for you. I'm finding out it's like a journey what works for me, and it's an ongoing thing. It's not like a destination. So I wish you well on that journey. Enjoy. Have yourself a wonderful day. Bye for now.